Greg Ehrenberg from OddsShopper here to bring you the best bets from Thursday's MLB slate. So do me a favor, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. This is free content. It's the easiest way to help support us. It does help boost our videos in the YouTube algorithm. Also, leave a comment below. Let me know whatever it is that you guys have action on for today's MLB slate. Give yourself a chance to win a free subscription to our premium betting Discord. And we have a winner from yesterday. That is Benji Militia, who left a pretty long comment here in the comment section. Also gave some rationale to the pick and why it was that he was making. So he won, and it looks like he had some good logic for the bet that he made. He said, love your analysis. My lock for you, Orioles plus 1.5. And the Orioles not only covered that spread, they ended up winning outright. Benji said, making a playoff push. They are 75-36-1 at covering the spread as an underdog, 84-43-1 overall at covering the spread. I do think, to his point, as I read more of this, the Orioles have been a massively underrated team this year. They're expected to have one of the worst records in baseball, and now they're on the verge of making the playoffs. So he went on and gave more analysis here. But as far as Benji goes, he had a well-reasoned pick. It ended up winning. So Benji, you win one free week subscription to our premium betting Discord. Just message me on Twitter at GEhrenbergDFS, and I'll help you get that set up in our Discord channel. It is free. Also, for all you guys out there, if you want a chance to win, just leave a comment below. If one of those bets wins, I come on the next day, I shout some of you guys out and give away some free subscriptions. All you have to do is leave a comment, and it doesn't have to be any one particular kind of bet, player prop, money line, whatever it might be. And for Thursday, I actually only have one bet for today, so I wanted to do a little bit longer of an intro. If you guys want to listen to this, cool. I have some general advice to give to you on betting, but if not, just fast forward to my pick as well. And I'll do a recap of my bets from yesterday as well, because those went pretty well. We went 2-1 on yesterday's slate, so never any complaints about a winning day. But one thing that I wanted to talk about that kind of ties into some of the recap from yesterday is I noticed a lot of people were saying, like, hey, you're betting this number at 7.5 or betting this number at 4.5. That number isn't available at my book. And you guys shouldn't only be betting at one sports book. And the reason being is because you're just leaving money on the table. And there is no opportunity cost to you to having accounts at multiple sportsbooks. Now, I understand maybe you're in a state where you have to use a bookie or something, or maybe you just don't have the access to multiple sportsbooks. But if you're in a legal sports betting state, you should be playing on multiple sportsbooks because you're just costing yourself money if you are not doing that. So take this into account for yesterday. And it ultimately ended up not mattering because Joe Musgrove crushed yesterday. But I had Joe Musgrove over 4.5 strikeouts. He had 5 strikeouts by the end of the second inning. It was a sweat-free win. But I saw a lot of people posting like, hey, my sportsbook has 5.5 available. I don't have 4.5. Do you still like 5.5? And I don't understand why you wouldn't just sign up at another sportsbook and play the over 4.5, because there is no cost to it for you. It doesn't cost anything to sign up at a sportsbook. In fact, we have deals right now with places like FanDuel and DraftKings. We have a different kind of sponsors on the show also. We're giving you free money for signing up. FanDuel right now, you bet $5. They're going to give you $150 for free. TK Sportsbook, you bet $5 on any football game, they give you $200 for free. And that could be NFL or college football coming up. So I think you should be taking advantage of these offers. And there just isn't, for me, a compelling reason that you would bet a 5.5 number when a 4.5 number exists somewhere else. Because if you are just betting worse numbers at another book, I mean, ultimately, if you're trying to do this seriously, you're going to cost yourself hundreds, if not thousands of dollars over the course of a year by betting worse numbers at one book as compared to another book. So I think you should be taking advantage of sign-up offers, or even if we don't have any offers available at specific books, it's going to make sense to just sign up at multiple places to make sure you're getting the best line. Because that's one of the things I do to try and find sports bets is if I see something where it's like, oh, this number is 6.5 at every book, but then it's 7.5 somewhere else, it stands to reason there's value on that under 7.5 number. So that's something odd shopping, I think, becomes really valuable as a tool for finding good plus EV sports bets. So I just think that's something you guys should be keeping in mind. And this is something I've been doing as my primary source of income for a lot of years now. I haven't worked a real job in a considerable amount of time because I'm able to make money with sports betting and DFS. And one of the main ways for me is just by making sure I'm getting the best number. So for instance, my biggest sports betting win last year was I won Corbin Burns at 40-1 to win Cy Young. But when I bet him at 40-1 at the book I bet it at, all of the other books had the number at 10-1 or 12-1. So just think the difference a $500 bet at 40-1 is versus a $500 bet at 10-1, right? If I would have just taken the bet at only one sports book and not looked for the best possible number, I would have been costing myself a lot of money last year. So just something to keep in mind. I don't think you guys should be playing at one sports book. I understand sometimes you might think like, oh, this is just where I'm comfortable. This is where I'm loyal to. But don't do it. Try to extend it. Try to get in on different sports books. We have our offers right now on FanDuel and DraftKings, but it doesn't have to be one of those. If there's other sports books you like as well, we could have other offers for those down the line, or just make sure you're always getting the best number available. So that's my little rant to begin the show, because to be honest, there's only 4 games for tonight's slate, and there's only one bet that I really like that I'm about to be breaking down. So just wanted to make sure maybe to give some kind of sports betting insight before I got into that. Maybe you guys like that. Maybe you just fast forwarded through it. I don't know. I'll check the analytics afterwards, but I'm going to get into the baseball slate in a second, and just a quick recap for yesterday's bets. Like I said, we went 2-1. It was a profitable day. The one winning bet, or the one losing bet, I should say, was Lance Lynn under 7.5 strikeouts. He ended up hitting 8. The second to last batter he faced was a strikeout. So that one was a really close sweat. The other bets that we have, though, James Caprillion under 4.5 strikeouts. He only had a couple strikeouts. That one won really easily. And then the other one was Joe Musgrove over 4.5 strikeouts. He had 5 strikeouts by the end of the second inning, finished with 11. So that one cashed easily. That's the recap of yesterday's bets. But now, I'm going to be talking about the bet that I have for Thursday night's action. So I only have one bet for today, and that's because, well, a couple of reasons. Number one, there are a bunch of games that are starting just as I'm recording this. I did a baseball video this morning, or a live show anyway, for the early baseball slate. Ran a little bit long, and so I just am not going to have enough time to get out bets for the early slate in a way that's going to be actionable for you guys. Not that I really had anything I liked for the early slate anyway, but only one bet that stands out to me for tonight, and that is Spencer Strider minus 145 to pick up the win tonight against the Colorado Rockies. So the Braves are massive favorites today. The Braves, depending where you look, they're upwards of minus 425 on the money line to win today against Colorado, and it stands to reason if they win, it's fairly likely that Strider picks up the win bonus, and we're getting a pretty big discount on him at only minus 145 to get the win. So I think this is a good way to get exposure to Atlanta without having to pay that ridiculous minus 400 money line price tag, which I kind of think that's an unplayable price point. Whenever you see a team that's that big of a favorite, even if we expect them to win, it's just way too much juice to lay. But I feel better about the Spencer Strider minus 145 to pick up the win bonus, and Strider's been ridiculously good this year. 2.87 ERA, 2.61 expected ERA. As far as strikeout stuff goes, 36.7% K rate compared to just an 8.8% walk rate. So one of the best strikeout to walk ratios of any pitcher in baseball. His average fastball velocity is 98.1. It hasn't taken long. Spencer Strider is already one of the best pitchers in baseball. I think he's going to win Rookie of the Year in the NL this season. And there isn't really anything that indicates to me that there should be this big of a gap between his odds to get the win bonus and the Braves to win the game, because the recent starts for Spencer Strider, 6 innings, 5 innings. Before that, he did have one bad start against the Mets, where he only went 2 2/3 innings, then 6 2/3 innings, 6 innings. So earlier in the year, there was a point where the Braves were really limiting the innings of Spencer Strider, and he wasn't working deep into games. But now he's stretched out. He's pretty regularly going 5+ innings. We just brought up the stats from recent starts. He's gone 5 or more innings in 5 of his last 6 starts. He's gone at least 6 innings in 4 of those starts. So I think he's going to pitch enough innings to qualify for the win bonus. Then it just becomes, will he pitch well enough against the Rockies for the Braves to win the game? And to me, that's also a yes, because I just talked about how good Strider has been this year. And then you look at the numbers for the Rockies offense this season. They've been terrible against right-hand pitching. 82 WRC plus. That is second worst in baseball, tied with the Pittsburgh Pirates. Only the Detroit Tigers have been worse. 21.4% K rate. That's kind of middle of the road. But Strider is such good stuff that I think he's generating strikeouts against anybody anyway. But the Rockies are without a doubt one of the worst road offenses in baseball. They're one of the worst offenses against right-handed pitching in all of baseball. And then on the other side of the game, Chad Kuhl is pitching for the Rockies, and I don't think he's particularly good. He is a 5.17 ERA. He is a 5.06 expected ERA, and the Braves have one of the better offenses in baseball against right-hand pitching and just against any pitchers really in general. And they recently got Ronald Acuna back. He missed a few games with a sore knee. He's back in the lineup. He homered yesterday. I know we told the media that he's feeling a little bit sore, but still, I'm not too concerned about it. I know some people are making a big deal out of it, but Acuna is such a big part of the Braves season, both now and for the future. I don't think if he was seriously injured that the medical team would even let him play. So overall, I think he's okay. I think he's just battling some knee soreness right now. And the fact that he's able to hit a homer yesterday is a pretty good indication to me that he's at least feeling all right. But that aside, Strider's considerably better than Chad Kuhl. The Braves offense is considerably better than the Rockies offense. Strider's only minus 145 to get the win when the Braves as a team are over minus 400 money line favorite. So the one bet I have for today, it is Spencer Strider minus 145 to get that win. So that does it for me. Once again, just the recap of the one bet. Usually I have a few that I have, but I don't want to give you guys bets that I'm not placing myself or don't like. So there's 4 games tonight. There's only one bet I like, and that's it. Spencer Strider minus 145 to get the win tonight against the Colorado Rockies. Whatever you guys are betting on today, maybe you guys have really good logic on a bet. Let me know below in the comment section. Give yourself a chance to win free prizes. Maybe there'll be a bet that I really missed that you guys like, and I'll be like, oh, I should be betting that. I should be tailing it. So let me know in the comment section what you guys are betting for today. Also, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you want to check out more content today for more bets, we've got Matt Gajewski, who's really one of the sharpest football people I know and that I've ever met. He knows everything. Whether it's college football, high school football, backup NFL players, Pop Warner, I'm sure he can handicap that as well. He's going to be doing a breakdown of tonight's college football slate, so check that out. It's already up on the YouTube channel, and it's started to get some viewership, so that's a really good piece of information. Check that out as well. Other than that, guys, good luck today. Enjoy the night, and I'll see you back here tomorrow.